One day, a young disciple asked his master, "Master, why am I always afraid? I fear failure. I fear losing the people I love. Sometimes, my fear becomes so powerful that I stop living." The old master smiled and looked toward the distant mountains. "There was once a traveler who taught me the greatest lesson about fear without ever speaking a single word." The disciple sat silently. The master began his story. One evening, a traveler was walking along a narrow mountain path. The sun was setting, and darkness slowly covered the valley. He had crossed that road many times before, never imagining that this journey would change his life forever. Then, one loose stone slipped beneath his foot. His balance disappeared. His body rushed toward the edge of the cliff. For one terrifying moment, he thought, this was the end. But destiny had one more plan. At the very last moment, his hand caught a dry tree branch. His body hung over complete darkness. His heart pounded, his hands trembled, and only one thought echoed inside his mind. If I let go, I will die. The master looked at the disciple and said quietly, "But the real battle had only just begun." The master continued. The traveler cried out for help again and again. His voice echoed through the mountains, but no one answered. Only the cold wind replied. Minutes slowly turned into hours. The sun disappeared completely. Darkness swallowed the valley. The branch creaked beneath his weight, and every passing second made his grip weaker. He wanted to look down, but fear stopped him. His mind painted a terrifying picture. Sharp rocks, a bottomless abyss, certain death waiting below. Sometimes, our imagination creates monsters far greater than reality. The traveler wasn't fighting the mountain anymore. He was fighting his own mind. His fingers became numb. His shoulders burned with pain. Sweat mixed with the cold night air. More than once, he almost let go. But one thought kept repeating, if I leave this branch, I will die. The entire night, he hung there between hope and fear. Exhausted, he closed his eyes. His body could fight no longer. And before the first light of dawn, he slipped into unconsciousness. Still holding the branch, the master continued. The longest night finally came to an end. Slowly, the first rays of sunlight began touching the mountain peaks. Darkness started fading, but the traveler still hung motionless. The cold wind brushed across his face. A single ray of sunlight reached his closed eyes. Slowly, he began to wake. His body was numb. Every muscle felt as heavy as stone. He tightened his grip once again, out of pure habit. His heart still believed that death was waiting below. Fear had survived the night. For a few moments, he simply hung there, trying to gather the strength to open his eyes. Sometimes, the hardest battle is not against the world, but against the stories our mind keeps repeating. Finally, he took a deep breath. His trembling hands still refused to let go. Slowly, he gathered every ounce of courage to look beneath him. The master stopped speaking. The disciple leaned forward, waiting to know what the traveler had seen. The old master smiled and quietly said, "That answer will change everything." The master smiled. And then, the traveler finally looked down. He expected a bottomless abyss. He expected certain death. But what he saw left him speechless. Barely 6 inches below his feet was a wide rock ledge, strong enough to carry his weight. He had spent the entire night hanging between life and death, while safety had always been right beneath him. The disciple looked at the master, unable to believe it. All that suffering for just 6 inches. The old master nodded. Yes, fear rarely comes from reality. It comes from the stories our mind keeps telling us. Most people never take the next step, not because the danger is real, but because their imagination convinces them it is. The master looked into the disciple's eyes. Ask yourself, how many opportunities, how many dreams, how many relationships have you left behind simply because you believed there was no way forward? The old master gently smiled. Sometimes, the only thing standing between you and a new life is the courage to look again. The disciple lowered his head, not because he was afraid, but because he finally understood.